Seekers of greatness, dreamers of the impossible, and action takers on the path to success. I'm Daniel Craig Johnson, and I'm amped to be your personal guide on this exhilarating journey to self-discovery, business mastery, and life transformation. Strap in because you're about to blast through barriers, obliterate limitations, and sculpt the life you've dreamt of. Hello everybody, welcome back on the Success Blueprint. It's Friday. I hope you had a fantastic week. Slowly everyone is coming back from a well-deserved holiday. And why is holiday so important? Well, if you want to perform at peak, then leisure is just as important as work. So I hope that you had a good break, that you're coming back re-energized and revitalized and ready to hit the new year. Can you believe it? 2024 is already halfway down January. And that's how it goes. The clock is just ticking away. Today, I want to talk to you about the art of peak performance and how to excel professionally. You know, when I talk about the art of peak performance, I want to talk about some basic concepts. You know, we're not always going into deep detail in every episode, but that's why you can reach out to me. If you are a leader, you're a manager, or you're running your own business and you feel tired, you feel exhausted all the time, then chances are that you are not really performing at your peak because you're not balancing out all other elements in your life. So if you want to know more about that, you can reach out to me, DM me, you can suggest a podcast episode, whatever you would like to do, just contact me and I will definitely listen to what you have to say. So today we're just going to have a shallow dive into the art of peak performance. I'm going to talk about some basic concepts and I hope it will help you and that it will give you some inspiration to look out a bit better for your life, your work-life balance, and how to become a peak performer. So here we go. Let's get right into it. So what does that mean, performing at our peak, and how to excel professionally? Well, you do have ambitions and goals, and you have the drive to achieve them, but something seems to be missing. How many times do you find yourself struggling to consistently perform at your peak and maximize your potential? Well, the truth is, peak performance mastery is an art form that requires understanding and practice. You need to know what it is about so that you can focus on it. By unlocking the secrets of peak performance, you can systematically excel in your professional endeavors and accomplish more than you ever thought is possible in your work life, in your personal life. It doesn't matter where. In this episode, I want to give you some basics for peak performance, and then you can use those to apply them to your own situation. You will discover how to leverage your motivation, strengthen your focus, optimize your productivity, and sustain peak performance long-term, because that is the key. Consistency. Without consistency, it's not going to work. Up and down, that's just the wrong way to do it. That means that you don't have a proven strategy in place. The key is developing the right mindset and habits, then putting in the work to own your craft. With deliberate practice, you can achieve peak performance mastery and professional excellence. The only question is, are you ready to realize your full potential? Do you know what that means? If so, then keep on listening so that you can master this vital art form. So what is peak performance? Well, peak performance refers to functioning at the highest level of one's abilities. When you are in peak performance state, you feel focused, energized, and able to accomplish challenging tasks with a sense of flow. Some key characteristics of peak performance can include operating at full mental and physical capacity. You're able at any time to tap into your maximum cognitive abilities and skills. Achieving an optimal state of arousal and motivation, also an important point. You feel driven and passionate, but also maintain emotional control. That is really important, particularly in leadership positions. I've discussed this a couple of times. Willpower and self-control. That is what makes peak performance leaders. Demonstrating laser-like focus and concentration. Your attention is fully absorbed in the present moment and the task at hand, what you are doing. There are no distractions and you don't let anything around you deter you from finishing and accomplishing what you are busy with. Experiencing a sense of control and confidence in your abilities. You have an internal locus of control and believe in yourself and your skills. You know that you have to root for yourself first, which I find many people are lacking. Showing resilience in the face of setbacks and failures. When you are able to quickly reframe difficulties and continue progressing towards your goals, that is also a skill. It's resilience. It means that you can focus, that you can cut out the clutter. Finding meaning, purpose, and passion in your work. Peak performance is sustained by motivating and caring deeply about the outcomes and impact. If you are fully immersed in what you are doing and you care, it makes a big difference rather than just operating because you have to. Leveraging your strengths and values. You are able to align your tasks and priorities with your key talents, principles, and sources of intrinsic motivation. That requires a deep insight into yourself. Have you done that homework? Do you know what fuels you? What makes you passionate? What drives you? What are the things that you really want to do because they fulfill you? All those things are important because many people just cruise through life doing what other people tell them. Maintaining a balanced and healthy lifestyle. Peak performance depends on adequate rest, nutrition, relationships, and leisure activities to recharge and renew yourself. If you're cutting work-life balance, then you are doing it. But if you don't, you are spreading yourself thin and you are running at risk of ego depletion, and that will then diminish all your other skills over time. Continually improving and learning. Peak performers adopt a growth mindset and seize opportunities to expand their knowledge and skills through ongoing education and practice. This is something that you have to do these days. With AI, new technologies, new ways of working, futuristic ways of living, you have to adopt consistently. You have to improve your skills. You have to be consistently on that radar looking out for new opportunities, new ways to do things more efficiently and more effectively. That is what makes futuristic living, and it's so important in the future. It's going to become more and more important. Achieving peak performance at work leads to higher productivity, creativity, workplace satisfaction, and professional excellence. We strive for excellence, not perfection. By understanding the attributes of peak performance and taking steps to cultivate them, you can unlock your maximum potential and reach new heights of accomplishment. Consistently performing at your peak can transform your career and open up new opportunities for success. That's why I got this consistent drive and this consistent energy screaming out of myself. And sometimes I feel depleted. Sometimes I have 3-4 days where I can't get myself up to push. And then I know I have to record the podcast, I have to research, I have to put my scripts together, I have to prepare. And it sometimes seems like an insurmountable task. But by consistently driving these points that I've mentioned earlier, it keeps me energized and I'm able to break through that lethargic kind of circle that comes every now and then. And I force myself, come on, let's go. You have to do this. This is the only way how you're going to drive yourself. Particularly when you are self-employed, you're an entrepreneur, you don't have anyone that tells you what to do. It becomes so difficult because the only one that drives you every day is yourself. And that's a skill that makes the difference between an entrepreneurial mindset and a person that needs to be employed. One of the other important things is your mindset. So what is the mindset of a peak performer? To achieve peak performance in your professional life, you must adopt the mindset of a peak performer. This means cultivating certain habits and ways of thinking that will allow you to consistently operate at your highest potential. Develop a growth mindset. Peak performers have a growth mindset that's so important in life in all areas. They believe that talents and abilities can be developed through hard work, persistence, and continuous self-improvement. With a growth mindset, you embrace challenges and see failures as opportunities to learn. You understand that talent and ability are not fixed, so you are able to push past perceived limitations. Developing a growth mindset is key to achieving peak performance. Peak performers pursue mastery in their field. They dedicate themselves to constant learning and the deliberate practice of their craft. They understand that mastery is a lifelong pursuit and not an end goal. To achieve mastery, focus on learning skills, techniques, and knowledge that are directly relevant to your professional goals. Look for ways to gain experience and feedback so you can continually refine your approach. Get feedback from everyone around you. 360-degree feedback is a beautiful way to do that. Make continuous progress, however small, each and every day. Develop mental toughness. Peak performance requires mental toughness, resilience, and the ability to persevere in the face of difficulties or setbacks. Resilience, resilience, resilience. Build your mental toughness through challenging yourself and getting comfortable with discomfort. Learn to reframe failures and see them as learning opportunities rather than obstacles. Practice positive self-talk to build confidence in your abilities. What I always suggest is looking a bit into stoicism and stoic in daily life, but go into the knowledge of modern day stoicism and how it applies to our current life. Because back in the days, they didn't have all the psychological studies behind it. So a lot of things have transformed and changed, but stoicism is always something to look at if you want to build mental toughness and resilience. And most importantly, take care of yourself physically and emotionally so you have the mental fortitude to withstand stressful situations. If you practice that, your mental toughness and resilience will grow over time. To excel as a peak performer, work to adopt the essential mindset and habits that will allow you to achieve mastery in your professional endeavors. Developing a growth mindset, pursuing continual self-improvement, and building mental toughness are all key to unlocking your peak performance potential. With diligent practice, you can cultivate the level of excellence that defines a peak performer. But you have to put the work in first. You also have to be aware of daily habits for optimal energy and focus. To achieve peak performance in your professional life, establishing optimal daily habits is essential. So I want to talk to you about some practices to focus and have mental clarity to excel each day. Start your day early. Waking up an hour or two earlier allows you time to properly prepare for the day ahead. Use this time to exercise, meditate, review your schedule or priorities, or work on an important project before the day gets underway. An early start helps you feel more in control and less reactive. Premeditating your day, that's what I talk about a lot in my episodes. Exercise daily. Engaging in regular cardio exercise increases your energy. Or go to gym, walking, anything, any kind of movement improves your mood and mental well-being and enhances your focus and concentration. Even taking a 30-minute walk can provide those benefits. For the best results, exercise at the same time each and every day to make it a habit because it becomes much more easy. Practice deep breathing. Breathing is such an underrated exercise. Taking a few minutes each day to sit, close your eyes and focus on your breath has significant benefits for both the body and the mind. You will not believe what power lies in this. Deep diaphragmatic breathing activates your body's relaxation response, lowering stress hormones like cortisol while increasing feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine. This will help you to shift your mind and body into a calm, focused state ideal for peak performance. Try this out. There's so much power in it. Limit the distractions. There's so much happening, so much clutter, so much noise. Minimize interruptions from electronic devices and social media. Switch it off. Stay away. Let people know if you need to focus without disruption. Tell them I am not available now or give me 20 minutes, I have to focus on this. Find ways to limit diversions from emails or messages. Reducing distractions helps you achieve a flow state. A flow state is a beautiful thing where you are focused and you are acting concise and in a disciplined manner. It is so good to do that. Where you are fully immersed in the task or project at hand. This is when you will do your best work. It's guaranteed. And what many people forget and what will stop them from performing at their peak is taking regular breaks. While developing productive habits and minimizing distractions is important, it is also essential to avoid mental burnout. Take short breaks every 90 to 120 minutes to recharge and renew your energy. Even taking a quick walk around the office or stepping away from your desk for a few minutes will help you feel rejuvenated and better able to sustain peak performance. Consistently practicing these optimal daily habits will give you the energy, mental clarity, and focus required to achieve and sustain peak performance in your professional life. Make them a regular part of your routine and you will excel each and every day. If you recognize that burnout is a thing, I got the 14-day Burnout Buster workout program that I'm offering at the moment. So if you want to know more about that, let me know. There is a lot of neuroscience behind it, and I focused on putting something together that will help you to tackle and challenge burnout consistently and make sure that your stress levels come down and that you can actually focus on what is really important. Peak performance also means to understand when are you getting closer to burnout or the edges of burnout, and proactively working against that and not even letting it get that far. So if you want to know more about that, reach out to me and I will give you all the information required. So let me give you some basic strategies to boost productivity and results. Focus your efforts, determine your priorities and key responsibilities, then allocate your time and efforts accordingly. Avoid distractions and focus on one task at a time. Many studies have shown that multitasking reduces productivity as much as 40%. Even people that say that they are multitaskers perform less effective than people that are not multitaskers but have a clear way of working, a disciplined way of working. And that is actually super interesting. If you want to know more about that, you can look that up on YouTube or on Google. There's a couple of very interesting articles about that. Develop schedules and deadlines to maximize your productivity. Identify and block off time for your most important work. Continuous improvement. Strive to continually strengthen your knowledge and skills through ongoing learning and development. Soft skills is one of the most important skills that you can attain. Take online courses, read books and articles, pursue advanced degrees or certifications, and stay up to date with trends in your industry. Consistently keep that radar open for every kind of information that comes in. Doesn't mean that you have to use all of it, but you should be aware and understand where can I benefit, what can help me, and then dive deep into that. Continuous self-improvement will make you a valuable asset and open up more opportunities for career growth. It is the people that have one solid hard skill that they've focused all their attention on, and then there's the small things that you pick up along the way and that you grow and that you make better while still maintaining clear focus on your hard skill. And then you become a valuable asset because you can do different things. Today, you have to be good at a multitude of things. Otherwise, you're not competitive in the work world. But never forget, whilst you're doing that, whilst you're acquiring new skills and knowledge, do not forget to keep on putting all your effort into your one hard skill. Unless you want to change career or you completely want to turn your life around, that is the recipe for success. Develop your expertise. Become highly proficient in your field of work. Build a specialized knowledge base and skill set that sets you apart. Expertise provides a competitive advantage and the potential for greater success and rewards. Identify your areas of interest and passion, then dedicate time to mastering them. One of the most important things that people overlook time and time again is building network and relationships. Develop a professional network by connecting with coworkers, joining relevant associations, and attending industry events. Building mutually beneficial relationships leads to new opportunities, mentorships, collaborations, and career advancement. Make networking a priority and follow up to strengthen new connections. Seek genuine connections with people, and there will always be new opportunities for both of you. So how do we integrate peak performance practices long term? Well, let me give you a couple of points. Start with a growth mindset. One very important point. Developing a growth mindset will enable you to embrace challenges and view failures as learning opportunities. With the belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, you can achieve a mindset primed for peak performance. Setting clearly defined goals. I'm sure you can't hear it anymore, but I tell you, this is where everyone gets it wrong, or majority of people get it wrong. New Year's resolutions by 12th of January, most of them out of the window again, because it wasn't planned, it wasn't done intentionally, there hasn't been clearly defined goals, and that is why 92% of people fail. Defining specific measurable goals that align with your values and priorities, that is key to succeeding. Break down larger goals into manageable milestones and action steps. That's where people don't get it. They overwhelm themselves, and motivation alone is not what is going to get you past that stumbling block where you throw your New Year's resolutions or the things that you said you're going to do out of the window again. You have to have a plan. Review and revise your goals regularly to stay on track. Achieving small wins along the way will keep you motivated for continued progress. Set clearly defined goals. I repeat it again. This is where most people get it wrong. Continuous learning and improvement, as we discussed, it is one of the things that you have to do your entire life. Develop resilience. Resilience is the ability to adapt and overcome challenges, roadblocks, and failures. It is a skill that can be strengthened over time. Many people don't really know what resilience means actually, and what it means to build it, and how you can maintain resilience, how you can attain skills that will help you be more resilient. So if you want to know more about that, I had resilience workshops as well. Then you can contact me and I will give you some information. Maintain an optimistic outlook. Learn from your mistakes and focus on solutions rather than problems. Surround yourself with a strong support system and practice self-care to build your resilience. And let's highlight again, review and refine. Consistency is the key. Review what is working and make refinements to improve your performance. Track your progress through a journal or with a coach like me that helps you to have an accountability buddy and to make sure that you are not missing those milestones, that you are setting clear and specific goals, that you do know what you want, that you can find out what your limiting beliefs are, your self-fulfilling prophecies, what are the things that are holding you back, what are your safety problems and your psychological problems. We help you to dig deep and find out all those things about yourself. Continuous reflection and refinement of these practices will enable you to achieve peak performance mastery long term. So that was a couple of tools to unlock peak performance and achieve consistent excellence in your professional life. By cultivating a growth mindset, setting clear goals, developing mental toughness, building your confidence through preparation and practice, optimizing your productivity through effective time management and focus techniques, and maintaining a balanced lifestyle with self-care, you can reach new heights of success and fulfillment. The path won't always be easy, that's how I like to say it, but with deliberate effort and perseverance, you can overcome obstacles and setbacks to reach full potential. You have everything that you need at your disposal, so use these tools and become a peak performer. And if you want to know more about these things, if you really want to dig deep, if you really want to have a comprehensive toolkit, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. I can translate that for you, for your team, for your department. If you're an entrepreneur or you're just trying to build a business, it doesn't matter. I can help you to reach that peak performance and set you up so that you can smash 2024. But the first step is taking action and reaching out. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Take a nice break from the break that you just came back from. That will help you to rejuvenate and be energized for the next week, because I suspect that next week everything is back to normal and the craziness will start for 2024. Are you ready? I hope so. This is Daniel from the Success Blueprint. Take care.